What is up, everybody? My name is Andrew and welcome to a Space Engineers update video. Yesterday the Automatons update finally dropped, and today we're going to check out what new blocks they added as well as mess around with the AI just a little bit toward the end. So this video will sort of be in three sections. We're going to start by taking a look at all of the free stuff that they added to the game, which is all right here. Then we're going to go take a look at all the DLC stuff they added to the game, which is right over there. And finally, we're going to mess around a little bit with the AI stuff. So let's start taking a look at the new free stuff that they added. Now, some of this stuff's going to look a little bit familiar because we did cover it a little bit on one of the beta Automatons videos, which was only like a month ago. But let's take a look again real quick. So that they've added the, this is the AI blocks right here. We have the AI flight, we have the AI basic, we have the AI recorder, we have the AI defensive, and we have the AI offensive blocks. With all of these combined and, separate combinations of them, you can basically make any drone you want to make in Space Engineers. One that defends your base, one that attacks your base, one that just follows a path, or one that just kind of follows you. You can do a lot of things with these blocks, and this is mostly what we're going to be messing around with toward the later half of the video. So I'm not going to go too in detail of them, but yeah, they're pretty neat blocks. They've got cool designs, and I like them. I think they're pretty cool. They all have those little icons as well, which makes them very easy to distinguish at a glance which ones they are. Now we have the event controller as well, possibly my favorite block that they've added in the game. This essentially allows your base to react to things that happen. So like if a block gets damaged or if something gets detected, your base can react in a variety of ways, which you can set up using the event controller down here. We can have actions that'll happen. When you combine this one with a couple of programmable blocks, this is some really powerful stuff that they've added here with the AI. But again, we're going to take a look at that a little bit later, mess around with this stuff a little bit, make some cool contraptions. Moving on, they've added a new conveyor cap as well. So this is a normal conveyor, and this is a conveyor if you have capped it, which is pretty neat. If you really don't like the look of these conveyor pieces, these yellow bits right here, you can cap them. I've made it red so it's easy to see, but any color you want, you can cap it in that color. They have a small grid edition as well if you want to cap your small grid stuff, and if you have the heavy industry DLC, they have a pipe version as well, which is pretty neat. I think the pipe version looks really cool actually. The next thing they added are these Willis ducts right here, which are pretty neat. They're like little ducts that you can sort of walk in. They're just tall enough that you can crouch walk in them, although if you look up you do kind of glitch through them, but you can place them in any orientation you want. All of mine are upside down or right side up, but you can also place them sideways. So like for instance, if you just wanted a little path like that, you could place them that way. Although they're a little hard to walk in that way, but I mean, they would look kind of cool as like a half hallway sort of thing. But they have a couple of different variations of this block, allowing you to make your very own mazes, which is pretty neat. I have a little observation tower here with a window on the side, which I think looks pretty cool. And they even have one that has a light in it, which is, I believe, this one right here. Yeah, this one has a light so you can light up your ducts. That's pretty awesome. Willis ducts are pretty neat, and I could see myself adding these to my base a lot if I want to have some sneaky little passages that no one but me knows about, or anyone who literally sees the Willis duct and goes, hey, that's probably a sneaky passage. But anyway, they added some vents as well, so if you want to vent, well, no, that's the proper way to vent, but this is the way to vent if you're trying to have a functional one. They added a large vent right here, which is pretty neat as well. They haven't had this in the game up until now. Before now, you've had this small half block version of the vent. Now we have a large version as well, which is pretty cool. In terms of the vehicle here, they've added a 2x2 wheel, which is pretty neat because the 1x1 wheel I've always thought has been like kind of not really helpful. It's a little bit too small. In fact, let me place a 1x1 wheel so you know what I'm talking about. So that's the 1x1 wheel right there. You can see it's very, very low to the ground. The suspension is massive. The 2x2 makes a little bit more sense if you're trying to make a small wheel. So I'm glad that they've added that. They've also added a neat little plushie right here, which is very cute. And I can see, scaring some friends by adding these around their base. I think that's going to be pretty neat. So I think that's all the free stuff that they've added. I don't think I missed anything. So like I said, we'll take a look at all the AI stuff a little bit later in the video when we go to mess around with that stuff. For now, let's move on to DLC land, and you can already see some of the stuff poking out here. They added a massive DLC with a lot of skin blocks, blocks that reskin existing functional things, not necessarily new functionality. But this right here is the emotion controller, which I think is really cool. This has a lot of different emotions that you can put on the face. So right now it's giving me a winking emotion, but if I go in here and scroll all the way down, forgive me, the mouse is a little bit messed up because of the resolution that I use, but you can have it make a love one, or like a happy one, or an evil. I think this is pretty neat, and I can see this being used a lot with the timer blocks and the AI controllers and stuff like that. Look at this, we'll make them a little bit suspicious of the next thing we're going to take a look at, which is the new programmable block skin. So if you have the Automatons DLC, this is a reskin of the programmable block. A lot of people refer to their programmable blocks as their server rooms, so Keen went ahead and made it so that they're actual server racks, which I think is pretty neat. It's the same old programmable block, but just in the skin of a server. And above that, we have the timer blocks, which is the same old timer block, just in the skin of a cooler thing than it is normally. So yeah, those are just a couple of reskins. I always love reskins of existing blocks. I just think it adds more variety and lets you do a lot of really cool things. Moving on, they've added a new cockpit, and they have two variations of it. This is the saddle cockpit, which we'll build a rover with later to see how it looks, but they have two variations. They have a compact version, which is this one right here, takes 2 blocks, and this is the normal version, which takes 3 blocks. So they've got wide, the thick version, and the thin, compact version right here. When you're sitting on it, it looks like you're riding a motorcycle. Where's my third person? There we go. And that's pretty neat. They've added a lot of really cool warning signs that you can put around your base, like we have worked 0 days without a clang incident. Clang is spelled incorrectly. Fight in the comments. Anyway, they added a lot of these here. 13 variants for large and small grid. I haven't put all of them here, but here's just a couple of them. No access automated turrets beyond this point. I would love a lot of these in some enemy bases just to give me a little heads up. But yeah, these are pretty neat. You can put them in your game and check them out. Storage area. No atmosphere beyond this point. I mean, Earth should just have these plastered above there, just in case people don't know. But anyway, yeah, lots of signs that you can now put around your base. I think this will add a little bit of life to the bases. They have added a top-mounted camera. Now this is really nice. Ordinarily, you'd need to have like a block with a camera on it to achieve this, but now you have a top-mounted camera that's facing in the direction that you want it to be facing, which I think is really cool. The large grid and the small grid version are both it looks like the same exact model, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, I like that. I do think I would like to have a larger version of this top-mounted one for large grid, because it looks a little bit out of place right there, although it's a little more incognito, so I can respect that from a spying standpoint. Next thing over here are the interior walls that they added, some angled interior walls, which is pretty neat. This is the first variant, put in like an arch shape. This is the same wall put in like a corner shape and put in a upward facing shape, which is pretty neat. This is the second variant right here, which has these sort of wall things on the side. And there it is right there as well. Now, I don't think you can actually go through this, which would be pretty neat if you could fly your way through there, but no, unfortunately, I don't think you can. But yeah, 2 variants of the angled wall. This one you can put upside down like this and walk. I guess there's really no upside down when it comes to Space Engineers blocks, is there? So yeah, that's kind of cool. They added these 2 new angled things. Use them wisely. They've added an inset light, which is really neat because now you can put a light on the same block as your interior wall. So you can even place another block right in front of it without it taking up the entire block space like normally would happen if you tried to place a light on a block like this. They've added a lot of pipework blocks, which are really cool. These are 2 variants of this one. There's this one right here with no wall, so you have like a continuous pipe. This is what it looks like going horizontally, and that's vertically. They have this other one that has a wall, which can be used in a couple of different scenarios, which I think is pretty neat that they've added these 2. Always love some pipes. I feel like pipes always add life to the base very nicely. Add a couple pipes, a couple signs, and a couple of what I'm about to show off next, because this one's really cool as well. These are access panels. So they have 4 different versions of the access panel, and they are functional, surprisingly. They're not just for decor. So these right here, this is one that goes over like a cargo container or a conveyor or something like that. It's essentially one that opens up and allows you to access whatever is behind it, which I think is really cool. It's kind of like the cap, but it can open. Very neat. This next one also opens but reveals a control panel, which is really cool. If you don't want to have a control panel sticking out, you can have something that opens up to show where it is. This next one right here opens up to show nothing. It just shows a bunch of pipes, which is cool if you just want the aesthetic and the openability, but not necessarily something functional behind it. And finally, we have one that opens and shows a red button, which I can imagine will launch any number of things that you don't want to be launched. But anyway, yeah, some cool access panels, really cool addition to the game. Next up, and you can already see it up there, we're just going to go up top here. They've added some reskins of the vent blocks. So the old vent block that was the half block version, they now have this one right here, which is the industrial fan version of the vent, and they have the large one as well. A cool industrial fan that's actually animated in the background. I think that looks really awesome. Might get it confused for a an atmospheric thruster, but yeah, I think that's really cool for you know, big rooms with refineries and stuff like that. And the last thing is they've added these new sensor blocks. So now when you're raiding a base, you have to look out for 2 different kinds of sensor blocks to make sure that you're not stepping into a trap. In addition to all the blocks, they've added a new skin for blocks as well, which is the plastic skin, which I think I've been using for most of this stuff here. But if you press P, there's this plastic one now, plastic armor, and you can skin things plasticky, which looks like this. That is the new plastic armor. And I'll show off the other thing as well, which is the robot skin. If we hop in here, go in here, and we go to, let's find it. There we are, the robot helmet. So we now have this this robotic looking one. Let's hop out of here real quick. Go into this. Oh, we're spinning. Wait, where'd it go? There we go. There's our robot skin right there. It's got this cool looking robot thing with 2 colors, blue and red, on the front, and on the back it's got this cool design, this sort of hex design right here. Very neat, and it colors with the suit as well, which is kind of cool. I don't think that front part colors with the suit. I think if I made this like pink, it'll still be blue and red. Yep, can confirm it will be blue and red still, but the pink actually looks kind of cool with this, not gonna lie. All right, we're using a pink engineer for the rest of this video. Just a couple of other really cool additions to the game that they've added. Supposedly they added the ability to track the sun with a custom turret controller, although I have not been able to find it. I am, however, blind, so that is probably the reason. The targeting options don't seem to have an option for that, but I'm sure I'm just missing it. It's supposedly somewhere in there, but that's going to make tracking the sun for solar panels really, really easy, which is very nice. Or if you're trying to fly toward the sun, you can do that too. Oh my gosh, I can already tell someone out there is going to make an AI just drive toward the sun permanently and never stop. With solar panels so it never runs out of power. Someone is evil. But anyway, they also removed the ejector and turned it into a small grid connector. So if I press number 8 here, this is the previous ejector, it's now a connector. So I can put it like there, and it can connect to, I guess, well, I guess there's no large grid version. It can't connect to like a large connector, can it? Yeah, something tells me this is not gonna work, but I guess we might as well try it, right? Okay, yeah, it seems like you can't use the small connector to connect to large connector, but you should be able to use it to connect small grid ships to small grid ships. So, or you can actually, hang on now. Hang on just a moment. Oh my god, I just crashed the game by placing an advanced rotor. Okay, can we try that one more time? Please move forward, sir. You're in the way just a tiny bit. Thank you very much. Critical. Let's see. Rotor versus game. Okay, it worked. Cool. Which one of these has... Yo, okay, Keen, if you want some feedback, please include which of these access panels has what connector in the back. I need to know which one has the dang control panel. That's what I'm trying to use. Ah! Ah! Okay, there we go. Whew. Haha, I think I have bested you, limitations of the game. Let's find out. Okay, connect me. Okay, P. Yes! Haha! We have solved the limitation of the game. Cool. Okay, so we can now use those small things to connect to the base if we build out a contraption that is bigger than the normal big large grid one, but yeah, still, it works. Also, this looks absolutely ridiculous, but I approve. I'm gonna so overuse these things because I just love the ability to stick these every single place I want to. That was weird. I just love them. They're amazing. I put one even on the top. Look at that. Oh, okay. There's no collision. If there was, I was gonna be like, oh, that's easily a mobile shooting platform. You can shoot from behind it and stuff and not get shot, but no, unfortunately. Anyway, one thing I wanted to do in this video was have a little bit more fun with these AI modules. We can show them off again, show how they work, and find out if there are the same limitations as there were before, how well they work, that sort of thing. I think the first thing we should do is get a couple of them just flying around our base. That's the best way to find out if they'll crash over time, is just get a couple of them flying, let them do their thing, and over time, if you just hear explosions, then you know. Maybe we'll even put warheads on them. Let's get a couple of them built up and flying. 3, 2, 1, build. There we go. We now have some ships. They're very menacing looking, but yeah. Okay, just some very basic ships. They've got enough power to last them for ages with 3 reactors right here. They've got thrusters in every direction, and all they have currently is a flight, a basic flight AI thing on here. The AI move thing, which gives them the controls to move around, essentially. Now what we need to do is I just want to set them up to fly around, so let's give them an AI basic module and let them sort of just fly around the base and navigate for themselves. They grow up so fast. Okay, we're just sending them off on their own, and hopefully they don't crash into us. There we go. Okay, this guy was a little bit stuck there. Okay, so they all have warheads in them, so if they, and they're set to wander, so if they crash into each other or something, we will hear it. Also, we're going to do a count at the end of this to find out if they're, well, we might not even have to wait that long, we'll see. We're going to do a count to find out if there are still the correct number of rovers flying around, or of ships. Oh, he's going! They all have slightly different top speeds, by the way, so... Anyway, while those guys are flying around, I want this one to try and bring me over there. We have it set to maximum speed, and we're going to see if it crashes trying to bring me there. We had a little bit of trouble with this the first time we tried it because we had one crash on the beta, but I want to see if they... Oh my gosh, okay, it just ran into that right there. But other than that, we do have a warhead on board that is armed, so anything that happens is going to be very, very bad. Let's find out. Okay, so far it looks like we are going to get there safely. I mean, it's just a straight line, right? So that's not that bad, but we'll try to go back to the base in a second as well. Okay, we're hitting the brakes. Nice. We might overshoot just a tad. Nope, actually perfect. All right. Okay, yep, it's trying to dump me off now. That's good. We'll jump down here and say hello to our friend that we came to meet. And it's gonna just like fly back to us. Actually, let's have it take us back now. So far, so good. We are in one piece, and I do see 4 little AIs flying around over there, so that's all good signs. No smoke trails. Other good signs. That's awesome. Okay. I will say we're coming in a little low, but that's shouldn't be a problem, right? Oh, okay. It's okay. I'm not sure about this approach. Okay, it's a little bit confused right now. It's gone under the thing. The point is right above us, by the way. It's on that. So it's a little bit confused. Although this gives me some promise for the maze, doesn't it? That it's able to sort of navigate down here. It's able to kind of try and figure out... like, it's not just freezing and being like, I don't know what to do, like it was on the beta. Should we just let that thing hang out there and see if it ever crashes? Because I don't... It might never. It's definitely trying things. It looks a little bit frustrated at this point. In fact, I should really give it a little emotion head. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Oh, someone can write a script, actually. That would be amazing. If it's within a little bit of its target, but it's still trying to reach it, but it has been there for like 20 seconds, it should become confused. That's great. Okay, we're going to let that guy chill. We're going to build like a little maze, because I want to try that out. I wasn't going to try that out in this video, but now that he's actually moving and not getting like frozen, I do want to try it and see if they can navigate a maze. So let's build a quick maze. Not a crazy one, just a small one down there, I guess. Well, no, let's do it up here, because up here's cool. Oh, we've heard an explosion. Which one? Oh, was it this guy? Oh, it was this guy. No, that was my favorite one. It had a face and everything. Wait, now it knows where to go. Oh, that actually, that checks out. All right, little buddy, your challenge is to literally go straight. You just have to go to that marker at the end right there, and we're gonna find out if you can do it. Okay, on your marks, get set, go. First, it's looking around, trying to figure out which way it wants to go. This is better than the other one. Well, is it? The other ones would crash into a wall, and then that was it. Let's see. I love how I built this amazing observation platform just above this, and we're not even using it. We're just chilling with it. It looks like it's making it. This is promising. I like this. Oh, hang on, into the ground. Okay, that's not. I mean, I did tell it could go as low as 1 meter, so maybe that's my fault. But it still has collision avoidance on, so I don't know. But it looks like it is going to make it to the target. So good job going straight. That's good. That's definitely a good step. Okay, we have a new contender. It still has the straightaway, but the end has been blocked. Instead, it's going to have to turn left and go to that marker right there. Let's see if he can make it. He's looking around, trying to figure out where he needs to go. He's looking at the walls. And he's finally decided on his path. I've given it a 2-meter height now, so it shouldn't touch the ground. It shouldn't. It is, though. Maybe I should make it go a little higher off the ground. Okay, I've got a new blue one. Don't worry about that guy or that guy. I've got a new blue one with a 10-meter off the ground radius. Hopefully it can get to that target without hitting this wall. It's a little bit stumped that the wall is there, and it does look to be... I wouldn't say it's... Yeah, it's not full speeding against the wall. It's just kind of a little bit confused. I will say the ability for it to just go straight was pretty impressive because it wasn't able to do that when I had the maze before. It was not able to go in a straight line with walls on the other side. So now, I guess it's just unable to go with one turn. Okay, I made it so there's a lot of voxels there now. I mean, look, it looks a little weird from this side, but from this side you can see like it's a wall of voxels basically. I wanted to see if maybe that would get them to be like, okay, that's not a viable path. We should definitely go a different way. But no, it doesn't look like it. This guy's still a little bit stuck. And this guy is also a little bit stuck. Oh, here it goes. Oh, it's actually doing something. Wait, okay. Yep, no, okay, now it's against the voxel. It did better though. It got a little farther. Wait, it might actually do it. It's got a damaged block. Okay, I don't think they can do it. I really don't think they can make this turn here and go to that marker. I don't think it's possible for them quite yet, but maybe in the future. They did say they're always working on making this stuff a little bit better. So hopefully, we're getting a lot of lag here. What, did something just crash? What's going on? How am I? Okay, I still have all 4 of these, so this is actually pretty good. None of them have crashed yet, but yeah, hopefully in the future they'll be able to do these maze-like tasks because I imagine this wouldn't be able to navigate an underground base either. If it can't navigate voxels on the left and the right, it would not be able to go underground, would it? And it's into a cave base even. I mean, I can put that to a test. Here, let me make a little cave right here. 3, 2, 1, cave. Boom, now there's a cave. And let's say I wanted something to get into my cave and go to my little cave house over there. Let's see if it could accomplish that. Okay, buddy, bring me to my cave house. Let's see. Okay, it's very confident at first. This is good. That's cave house down there. It's going above it. I think it might think that it's on the other side of a mountain when in fact it's like in this mountain. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it attempts to do. It's gonna get a little bit stuck, but you know, maybe it's thinking a little bit. Please don't try and like full speed into my little display base. Okay, this guy has no idea how to get there, does he? All right, well, I guess until they find a way to make it so that those AIs can work inside a cave base, it's not really viable to have them fly back to your cave base, which is fine. I mean, you could always put like an access point for your cave base like outside the cave and then have them fly to that, but having them fly into the cave is not really a great idea, it seems. On the bright side, whatever bug was causing these things to just crash every once in a while when we did the beta must have been fixed because they are doing a lot better. None of these guys I've had flying around have crashed into anything, even though they are flying a little bit close to our base here. So that's pretty impressive. Oh, hang on, something crashed. Oh, this one crashed. We have a crash person. Wait, that's one of the flying ones, right? Yeah. Yeah, that guy definitely crashed. He didn't activate his warhead because he didn't hit hard enough, but he definitely crashed into the base. So I guess they do still every once in a while make a mistake, which, I mean, you know, I can't complain too hard. Never mind, I can complain a little bit hard. He's crashing into the same thing again. At this point, it's malice, right? Like that feels like he's doing this on purpose. He really does not like the defensive block in particular. He's fine with every other block, but specifically the combat defensive block, he does not like. He's not a fan of that one. I'm noticing a little bit of stuttering, but I'm not seeing anything in the top left there for the sim speed or anything, so I don't know. Yeah, these guys are getting a little... These guys, what the heck? Why? Why are they getting closer and closer? There goes that guy. No, okay, so it's only when I'm looking at them and commenting on them that they get a little bit of performance anxiety and they start crashing into stuff. So just don't look at them and they'll be fine. They'll survive. Okay, last thing we're gonna do is attempt to build like a little hover bike using the little saddle thing. I have never built a hover bike. Okay, let's get back up there. But let's try it. The trailer for the new Automatons update did show some hover bikes. I do not know if they were hover bikes that had a script with an atmospheric thruster, or if they were hover bikes that were using the like one by one wheels. Because some hover bikes do use like a 1x1 wheel. I guess I'll try the wheeled one because I don't have a script to control anything. So supposedly 1x1 wheels like that with zero friction will create like a hoverbike effect. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, here we go. We've got this thing built now. It's using hydrogen for power, and then it's got some thrusters pointing in all the directions, and it should work. Let's disconnect this and see if it works. So this one. Hey, okay. Now can we, yep, no, that actually, yeah, that sounds about right. I feel like I probably need left and right thrusters, don't I? Oh, something exploded. I'm gonna put that one there. Oh! Oh! Why? No! Why is it overriding? Okay, we're back with about 3. How do people even do this? Oh my lord. We're about 3 minutes of power. And technically, it's a motorcycle, but like also, nope. Well, it's going. It's doing it. Oh, there we go. Off the edge? Wait, we're fine. We're flying. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna land. Oh wait, we have thrusters. We're not going anywhere. Okay, now we're just a ship. Someone please teach me how to make the little motorcycles. Okay, anyway, that is the saddle seat, and it looks really cool. I'm glad we stuck with the pink armor, by the way, or the pink suit, by the way, because it looks very clear. That guy's still trying to find a way into the cave over there, so he's never going to. Rip him. But anyway, I think we're going to end this there. I didn't want to do too much. I just wanted to kind of get in, mess around a little bit with the AI, and I wanted, well, rip that guy. And I wanted to show you guys around all these cool new blocks. There is really a lot of cool stuff and a lot of really nice looking stuff that they added with the Automatons update. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, a dislike if you did not. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, there is a link to Patreon down below. You can get your name in the credits along the side right there to the right. Anyways, I will see you all in the next video.